Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel, and we are here today for episode 8 of our My Team in Formula 1 2021. In the last episode, if you guys haven't seen that, hit the link up here, go watch that, and then come back. We were at, oh my god, where were we? We were in France. We were in France at the Paul Ricard circuit, and we switched up our strategy last minute, and it ended up paying off. We did only finish in P12, but we moved up 5 spots starting at P17, and we got driver of the day. So that's a W in my book for Cyborg Racing. We are now at a difficulty of 90, so we're in the master class, no pun intended. But let's get into this video, guys. As usual, if you want to skip to the race, just look at the timeline. You could go right to qualifying in the race, but if you're here to watch the R&D and team management, we're gonna get right into that. So we have a chassis department meeting which we need to attend, so let's attend that.
On you, but we could do with your expertise on this.
So I've been meaning to talk to you. We're beginning to fall behind on development deadlines. Each one is getting harder to hit, and the burnout after each one is further eroding our chances of hitting the next one. I'll be honest, there's probably efficiencies we could make, but it's hard to get traction with those when we're lurching from one deadline to the next. We just need more time or more people or something. So we have invest more in the department, allowing them to keep up with the increasing workloads, or apply pressure on the department to deliver results with more strict deadlines and management oversight. So we're definitely going to agree to this. It's only going to cost us $50,000 just to give the chassis department a little boost, and it does not affect any of the other departments. So for our R&D, I think we do have enough to finally, oh no, we did buy it after last episode. So I'm just gonna go back and look at our little pie chart. So chassis department still a little bit behind. Power department is also, our power department is ahead a little bit as well. So maybe we should go for an aero upgrade. Let's go ahead and maybe upgrade something in the aero department. So we have redesigned brake ducts. We have 1,653 R&D points, which is pretty good. We can get quite a bit of upgrades depending on the price. So let's go and get these redesigned brake ducts for drag reduction, and that will be ready before the English Grand Prix or Silverstone. So let's go ahead and get this recommended upgrade for the front wing adjuster bracket, and that will also be ready at Silverstone. So we will have a big aero boost come Silverstone, and I'm not sure if we have anything else. We have the ICE improved materials completed. We can afford new roll dampers, so this is going to help with tire wear. I'm going to go ahead and get that because, again, we're focusing on our chassis and we're focusing on aerodynamics, and we can't do it because our department capacity is reached, and we did just give them a little bit more of a budget so they can, you know, work easier. So you know what, we're gonna hold off on R&D. We're gonna hold that 550 R&D research points. Now we just got to schedule some activities, which we only have 2 days. I don't know why, but I didn't simulate anything afterwards, so I don't know why I only have 2 days. It should be like a week or so, I swear. But we're gonna give, so we can have a sponsored event for 100 team acclaim, driver promotion filming, power team building. Let's go for the driver external training, and we're gonna go for the driver promotion filming as well, just to get some acclaim points for us. And I believe we're ready to head into the race. There's not much else we can do. We don't have enough money to upgrade any of our facilities. R&D, we're gonna hold off that 555 extra R&D points for next week. And our vehicle, we're gonna switch out the ICE in the next race, and we've scheduled our activities before the next Grand Prix. So we are in Austria this week, so let's head over to qualifying right now. All right guys, so we are here at qualifying, and it was a pretty quick practice session. I know Austria pretty well. So not too much practice needed. I just got the drills done so we can get the R&D points for the team. And we are ready to get into qualifying. Unlike France, we do have a dry qualifying. However, quick sneak peek at the race, it does look like it is going to be a wet race. But let's get into qualifying here. Now, given that I have a good lap, we can actually see how good or bad the car is compared to the other ones. Last time in France, we had a pretty bad qualifying, to be honest. And we're not having the greatest qualifying here either. We are in P19, and honestly, besides our little screw up with the turn, we lost maybe a little bit of time, but I'm still thinking, like, this is a pretty decent qualifying. Like, I'm not doing bad whatsoever. But we are in P19. You can see Lewis Hamilton's ghost up ahead. And still P19. We ride onto the green tarmac. And okay, now it's not the greatest qualifying, but even if it was a great qualifying, we would not be very high in the rankings. And we are at the back of the grid. We are P21, P22. We are at the back of the grid. Oh no. That is bad, man. That is really bad. So we had an okay lap, honestly. We did ride. We almost rode onto the gravel. So maybe that's why, but let's see how. Okay, Crofty.
With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So we finished just under a second behind our teammate Giuliano. And we are at the back of the grid behind Nicholas Latifi. So two Canadians starting on the back row of the grid. Not the best showing for CYBORG Racing, but let's head into the race, guys, and let's see if we can claim a few spots. Maybe, you know, safety car, people are get knocked out of the race. You never know what can happen on race weekend. And here we go. Oh my, we almost spun out on the first turn. So Jeff is just telling us that the ICE is suffering wear, which I do know. However, we should be okay for the race. We do have like 60 laps of wear. We didn't practice on it too much, and I almost smacked into the back of Latifi. However, that late braking allowed me to take like 3 spots, I believe, and we are now behind our teammate Giuliano Alesi. And he is trying to overtake Mazepin. I'm going to brake early here just to avoid crashing into anyone, especially my teammate. We definitely don't want that to happen. And I'm kind of scared here being behind him. We have to brake early and wait for a proper moment to overtake him. Now, because it is raining, I hope it doesn't look too bad on the broadcast camera. As at least on my camera, we are getting little water particles on the screen, but hopefully that's not the case on the broadcast cam. So myself and Alesi, making up CYBORG Racing, are in P18 and P19 respectively. And we still have a little bit of traffic here going into the first corner on lap 2. We are falling behind a bit. George Russell is a second behind us. And Alesi is just 0.6 seconds ahead of us. Maybe a little bit short now. We were able to reduce that gap just due to the traffic. We're going to activate that ERS. Try and keep up with the pack here before it starts spreading out. Okay, no DRS, so I'm going to see if I can use the slipstream in order to overtake him. Is he going to let me through is the question. I'm going to have to brake late. And we are kind of fighting for position here. I have to squeeze my own teammate out. I feel a little bit bad, but as long as Pierre Gasly doesn't overtake him, he should be okay. And we now have the two Haas cars ahead of us, and oh my god, that was a horrible exit out of the turn there. So Nikita Mazepin is 1.5 seconds ahead of us, and Mick Schumacher is 2.9 seconds ahead of me. Okay, now that there's no car ahead of me, I'm kind of being a little careless on the braking. As you can see there, we almost drift like off the track. Pierre Gasly manages to overtake Giuliano. So I kind of just have to remember how I was driving when I was behind Alessi in order to get the best lap times. Because as of right now, we did not put up a good lap, and
We're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
sorry, before Jeff interrupted me, I kind of forgot what I was saying, but Mazepin 1.6 seconds ahead. And since we did not put up the greatest laps, he has been able to create a bit of a bigger gap in between myself and him.
Some information on Mazepin. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
So Jeff has just let us know that Nikita Mazepin is having another issue with this car. If you guys don't remember from the last video, I believe he was suffering some sort of issues, or maybe he spun out, but he had to retire from the session. So not another good showing for Nikita Mazepin. I guess his dad's money is not enough to keep that Haas engine running. Okay, I was trying to see if I can overtake Nikita Mazepin on that first turn, and now we're kind of getting stuck behind him, so I need to overtake him as quick as possible before Mick Schumacher is able to kind of get away. I'm going to see if I can go for a little switcheroo here. Go slow through the corner and take the inside. So we are able to overtake Nikita Mazepin. And I think the track is getting a little drier, or just less rain, I mean. Because we're kind of able to take these corners just a tad faster compared to the start of the race. And someone literally just hit me. Who the hell was that? Pierre Gasly literally just hit the back of my car. I don't know if I suffered damage. I hope I didn't suffer a puncture or anything. And I don't think he got a time penalty for that. But I'm going to activate the ERS. I don't know what the heck he was doing. I did not see him coming. I may have been outside the race line, but I don't think that gave him permission to hit me or anything like that. There he goes, hitting me again. Okay, I'm gonna give him space here. Okay, now we're gonna have to fall behind. So Pierre Gasly overtakes us. I'm trying to see if I can possibly go to the inside. That is not gonna be an option as we ride the curb. You want to be really careful on those curbs. That curb is deadly. I know that from playing multiplayer all the time. And I don't know what on earth Pierre Gasly was doing there. Is he going to... Okay, he's going into the pit lane, so I don't know why he was busting his ass to overtake us when he's just going to go into the pit lane.
Yellow flag.
Okay, so Mick Schumacher, I don't know what happened. We are on lap 14. Nothing much has happened in the last few laps. I've kind of just been driving, but I think Mick Schumacher spun out of the race, and we have a safety car. So we have a safety car now. And Jeff is telling us we got to slow down to basically nothing. And we got to catch up to the safety car. So I don't know if we should pit this lap, because I believe our pit window is coming up soon. So I'm going to see what the other cars do. If they're all pitting, I might as well just go in and pit with them.
Until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
So the safety car is coming in this lap. Jeff is telling us to try and maintain our tire temperature. But we can't really turn the tires to temperature because we probably just slip off the track, honestly. Losing all kinds of traction just because of the wet conditions. So we're going to be starting this race on semi-cold tires. And we are getting prepared to race. No overtaking. We're waiting for the green flag to get the go-ahead. And here we go.
Clear.
I'm going to activate that ERS. We got my teammate Alacy still behind me. And we are now boxing this lap. So there goes Alacy. He gets a better exit than us. And he is going to try and overtake us and Carlos Sainz. However, not able to do so. And taking that gamble, he doesn't get as good of an exit outside or out of the turn, not outside of the turn. So here he is still. I don't really know what to do here. He's not giving me room for the switcheroo. So I guess we're going to have to go behind our teammate. And hopefully he's not pitting this late. Otherwise, we're going to have to double stack. Oh, God. Hopefully he's got to stay out one more lap. That's just bad team strategy from us if we do end up boxing on the same lap. Oh, God. It looks like he's going into the pit lane. Okay, no, he's not. Is he going into the pit lane? Okay, no, he's not going into the pit lane. So I don't know who exactly is going into the pit lane right now. But right now, it is myself, George Russell, Nikita Mazepin, Daniel Ricciardo, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Kimi Räikkönen, Charles Leclerc. Basically, half of the grid is in the pit lane right now. And we get a pretty good pit exit.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
And we are coming out of the pit lane in P19. When we went into the pit lane, we were P16, I think it was. So not too bad of a drop in terms of positions lost. And these tires are not warm at all. So this lap, I believe Alacy is going to pit, and probably the other drivers. I feel like there was probably like one driver per team was pitting. And now the other half is going to go in and have their pit stop. Hopefully we can get to the pit lane before all these drivers exit out of the pit lane. So Alacy is just went into the pits.
Giuliano is coming in.
And we got to pick up the pace here. I'm going to activate that ERS. Hopefully we can beat out these pit cars. And I'm kind of forgetting that the track is a little bit drier, so I can push a little bit harder. And there is just about the other half of the racers coming out of the pit lane. And look at that. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see at least 5 or 6 other drivers who are in that little pack right now. And because we pitted early, we come out in P14, so we're just shy of the point with about 16 laps left to go in this race. Now we got to keep the pace up because Ferrari obviously has the pace on us. So as you can see here, Carlos Sainz already trying to overtake us. Lewis Hamilton has retired from the session, and we are just wheel to wheel right now with Carlos Sainz. He's got to give us space in order to take this next corner, and he's going to fall behind us. Yuki Tsunoda 1.036 seconds ahead, but we are closing in on him as I speak. So because Lewis Hamilton has had to retire from the session, we are now in P13, and we're just trying to take over Yuki Tsunoda, and we have to kind of brake late to head into turn 1. And Fernando Alonso is basically right behind us. We overtake him as well. We are in the points. We have 1 point up on the board right now.
Incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Okay, so I do a quick little switcheroo, and that puts us in P9 now, behind Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes. Now we should not have the pace to overtake him, but somehow we were able to. I don't know what's going on with all these cars here. They're driving a little slow right now. So we are in P8, starting from the back of the grid. Let's see if we can at least stay in the points until the end of the race. There was an incident earlier, and oh, okay, well there's the safety car.
The safety car is being deployed.
So for the second time in Austria, we have another safety car. I don't know what the incident was though. It may have been Lewis Hamilton, but that was a while ago, so I don't know what happened exactly. So here we go after a few, or maybe not a few laps, like maybe just one lap of catching up. We have finally caught up to the safety car queue, and we are probably going to go for a lap here in behind the Aston Martin, not Sebastian Vettel or Lance Stroll. I'm talking about the safety car. And then we are going to get back into racing and see if we can possibly make our way up the podium. So this race thus far is turning out a lot better than I expected. However, we still do have 12 laps to go here. So still a lot of racing left. Anything can happen. And it does appear to be getting a little brighter outside. So possibly another pit stop havoc for everyone, as everyone would try and switch over to the slicks for the last few parts of this race. So we are now resuming racing, and we got a horrible start. But there is going to be traffic up ahead, so this is going to be our opportunity to claim a few more spots. Yeah, so Lando Norris seems to be overtaking us. I don't think we have any power in our car compared to this guy. So we go way to the outside here. And somehow Lando Norris sticks behind us as he's trying to go to the left. I'm going to take the inside line here, as he kind of has to stay behind me. So Lando Norris and I are racing, and oh, never mind. Esteban Ocon somehow has overtaken Lando Norris on that turn. And so now Esteban Ocon is behind me and not Lando Norris. We are still in P8. I'm not sure where my teammate is, but we need to stay in the points here. And we're going to try and push as hard as we can. It doesn't look like it is raining as much, so Jeff may possibly call us in for another pit stop here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Okay guys, so we are approaching the last lap, and to be quite honest, after we overtook Esteban Ocon and Lando Norris after the second safety car, literally nothing happened. I've just been driving and, you know, talking, but there's no point of you guys seeing me just driving laps around if I'm not overtaking anyone. So we are here at the end of the first DRS zone on lap 36 of 36. Esteban Ocon is 0.5 seconds ahead of me. He overtook me briefly on that first turn after the first DRS zone, but I overtook him right here doing the classic switcheroo. However, it was pretty far back, and I feel like it just more easier and more entertaining for you guys to just cut that out. However, he is literally right on our tail right now, so we're gonna have to hold him off here for these last two turns here at the Austrian Grand Prix. And after starting in P22, guys, assuming we get through this turn, we are gonna finish in P8. Oh my god, no. Holy crap! He almost beat us. If there was one more lap, he would have overtaken us on that turn there. Pierre Gasly gets driver of the day somehow. I start at the back of the grid and moved my way up to P8, and he gets driver of the day? That's crazy. After starting in P22, we had a shitty qualifying. We got super lucky with those 2 safety cars saved our ass. After the second safety car, I overtook Lando Norris and Esteban Ocon. I believe there was one more driver in that pack of 3 or 4. So 1 or 2 more drivers. But after that, Pierre Gasly was ahead of me, and the Cyborg Racing car just did not have the means or the ability to keep up. So Pierre Gasly and the rest of the pack just flew up ahead, and I kind of feel like I was driving like slow, but not slow enough for them to overtake me. So I was causing a bit of a traffic jam towards the end of the race. But P8, we got what is it, 4 points? We got 4 points, I think it is. What do you get for P8? Yeah, we got 4 points for P8, and I'm not complaining about that. Like, you know, P8's amazing. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end the video there. Pretty decent race. The middle of the race after the second safety car was pretty boring, so, you know, I cut most of that stuff out, most likely, if you guys are watching up to this point. But if you are watching up to this point, make sure that you like the video, make sure that you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, and if you want, you can let me know in the comments what you guys think of the videos. I always read the comments. You know, we don't get very many comments these days, but if there is a comment, I definitely read it. But thank you so much, guys, for watching, and we got a powertrain department meeting, which will happen in the next episode. We got Silverstone up next, and as you can see on the left, we have a bunch of upgrades coming in, so our car better be buzzing for Silverstone. But I will see you guys there. All right, peace out.